media reports that Pedroia will sign a 7-year contract. Your thoughts on Pedroia, and what does he mean to this team?
Well, first, Johnny, as far as the contract, I know there's conversations going on. I don't know that anything is official yet. But what Dustin means to this team is, the example in which he demonstrates every day, whether it's his early work, the way he competes inside a game, he sets the tone for us. And he embodies everything that we value as far as a player, the respect of the game that he has, and the effort in which he puts forth every night.
John, we just talked to Clay, who suggested that one of the things that Dr. Andrews communicated to him was that when he got to kind of a good point, that he tried to accelerate a little bit too much too soon. Do you have direction from the training staff or word from the training staff that things are going to be a little more methodical going forward?
You know, Sean, the one thing that's been consistent throughout this is we've tried to progress as Clay's tolerated. That won't change. So what we're looking to achieve first is that he throws aggressively off a flat ground and at 90 feet before we would incorporate the angle of the mound. That's why I know when questions were asked yesterday, is there a target date? Well, it's kind of hard to pinpoint that. So we look at this as in phases. The reconditioning and the strength gains from a throwing standpoint, to then incorporating the mound, to incorporating ups and downs to a simulated game, and then ultimately rehab starts. So, but this will all be determined on Clay's tolerance and how he responds to the increase in intensity.
You also said that Dr. Andrews made reference to, you can do this the right way and be back for 4 or 5 starts, meaning regular season starts. That suggests probably not until September. Have you been made privy of that? Or?
I think that's just another way of saying that we don't have time, an exact date. We have to keep Clay's health first and foremost, which has been the case all throughout this. That won't change, and whatever time is needed, Clay is going to return to us when he's ready.
What phase are we in, John, right now?
In that reconditioning and strength phase. It's still on flat ground.
John, as you try to make your plans for the rest of the season, do you look at Clay as, if he comes back and pitches, that's a bonus, or do you feel like you can?
I think we're still very optimistic he's going to pitch for us. To be determined on the date.
How comfortable are you with the depth of your rotation at this point when you started?
If the current 5-man rotation goes out and pitches their capabilities, comfortable, very comfortable.
Will the success at Workman change the club thinking at all for the training deadline?
I wouldn't pin our assessment of the trade market on Brandon Workman. He's not the linchpin into whether we make a decision or not, a trade or not. As I've stated multiple times, Ben will be aggressive in a situation and a deal that makes sense for us, but let's not overlook what Brandon Workman's done in 2 starts. He's been a solid starter for us, and we're hopeful to see the same again on Saturday in Baltimore.
You called up Workman with the intent of having him work out of the bullpen. Is there a replacement for Brandon Workman who can come up and work out of the bullpen?
Well, we haven't said that we would not bring up De La Rosa in that spot. That's not to say that something is imminent, but as we continue to look to strengthen our team in any potential way, whether that's internally or not, he's a guy that we've had discussions that we may take a look at him in that role.